All right, as we begin chapter 12, this is going to be kind of a different chapter. We're going to deal with some probability and some different things called permutations and combinations. And the first thing we're going to talk about is section 12.1, which is permutations. And many times in math, there are questions where you have to tell how many possibilities could happen in a certain situation. So if you look at question 1, it says, suppose you own a small deli, you offer 4 types of meat, 3 types of bread, and 4 kinds of vegetables. How many choices do your customers have for a sandwich? You've probably seen questions like this before, especially like in maybe 7th and 8th grade, you did some of these. And this is how you did it in 7th, and 8th grade. You would start off and talk about having 4 kinds of meat. So you could have ham, turkey, chicken, and pastrami, whoever eats that. So if you're making a sandwich, you're going to choose one of these 4 kinds of meat. Along with that meat, you're going to choose 3 types of bread. So if I choose to get a ham sandwich, I could have white bread, I could have wheat bread, or I could choose rye bread. I could do the same thing for each of these other kinds of meat, and we'll go there in a moment. Then, after I pick the kind of meat I'm going to have, the kind of bread I'm going to have, I have a choice of 4 different kinds of vegetables. So if I choose ham and I choose white bread, then I could have a sandwich with tomato, or a sandwich with pickles, or a sandwich with lettuce, or a sandwich with peppers. And then I could do the same thing with ham and wheat. I could have tomato, pickles, lettuce, or peppers, and same thing with rye. So if you'll notice, with ham and white bread, I could have 4 different kinds of sandwiches. If I chose ham and wheat bread, I could have 4. And if I chose ham and rye bread, I could have 4. So with this one possibility of meat, I have a total of 12 different kinds of sandwiches to choose from. So I have 12 that I could choose with ham. The same thing would happen with turkey. 3 breads, 4 vegetables with each bread. So I could have 12 possibilities with turkey, 12 possibilities with chicken, and 12 possibilities with pastrami. So if you'll notice, what we have here then is 48 different kinds of sandwiches we could have with 4 meats, 3 breads, and 4 vegetables. Now, instead of drawing out this, what they call a tree diagram every time, we can do a little shortcut called the fundamental counting principle, which is to do this. If you have 4 meat, 3 bread, and 4 vegetables, you multiply those things together and you get the same answer as if you would draw out the tree diagram. So the fundamental counting principle says this: if 3 events occur, M, N, and P, that's just what we're naming the events. In our problem it was meat, bread, vegetable, ways. Then the number of ways all can happen is to take M times N times P.